Hello friends, I'm Achanti Radhika here, and today we are going to learn a very interesting chapter of class 9th, and the name of the chapter is What is Democracy and Why Democracy, right? So in this chapter, what we are going to learn? In this chapter we are going to learn that what is democracy, plus we'll know that what are the features of democracy, and we'll also know some case studies. We'll learn some case studies so that we could know the true meaning of democracy, right? So friends, see, democracy is a very easy topic. So if you will see this video lecture very carefully, I'm sure that you can understand our today's case study very clearly, right? So now come on, before starting this, I'm gonna tell you a very important thing. So please listen it carefully, okay? I'm starting now. So see, firstly, what is democracy? So firstly, the simple definition of democracy, if you will ask me, so I'm gonna tell you that democracy is a form of government which is elected by people, right? What is democracy? Democracy is a form of government which is elected by people. So for example, a country India, right? So in our country India also, the government is elected by people only, right? So now see what's written, but it is not adequate. So friends, why it's not adequate? I'm gonna tell you. See, on the basis of the simple definition of democracy, we just can't call a country that it's democratic, right? But why we cannot say this, right? So I'm gonna tell you that. See, just on the basis of this definition, we can't say, because maybe in a country the election is done, right? But the election is based on fraud, malpractices, others, like the elections are not free and fair, right? So like that we can't say that a country is democratic, right? So in this we are only going to learn about this only. So it's a very simple topic. Please listen it carefully, okay? So now, for knowing all this, that is a country democratic or not, we must know some features of democracy. So now the features of democracy we are going to learn through some case study. So our first case study is the case study of Pakistan, right? So it's very simple case study, so please listen it carefully, okay? Friends, so now let's see the case study of Pakistan, okay? So in this case study of Pakistan, we'll know that why we don't consider Pakistan as a democratic country, right? So why we don't consider Pakistan as a democratic country? I'm gonna tell you. So in October 1999, General Pervez Musharraf led a military coup, right? But friends, who is this General Pervez Musharraf? I'm gonna tell you. He was the army chief of Pakistan, right? And what's this military coup? Military coup means just a sudden overthrow of the elected government, right? So General Pervez Musharraf led a military coup and overthrown the elected government, right? And you know, after that he declared himself as the chief executive, right? And after that what happened? After that, in 2002, he held a referendum. Friends, what is referendum? It's very easy. I'm gonna tell. Referendum is a kind of election of one choice, yes or no. Okay. So he held in 2002 held a referendum, right? And he became the president of Pakistan for 5 years, right? And you know this referendum, it was based on fraud and malpractices. What? It was based on fraud and malpractices. And after that, what he did? I'm gonna tell. After that, he ordered legal framework. What he ordered? Legal framework means he amended the constitution of Pakistan, right? So after amending the constitution of Pakistan, he became more powerful, right? Means all in all, right? Means the most powerful person of Pakistan, right? Like that we can say. And now after becoming the most powerful person all in all, now he can dismiss the provincial assembly of Pakistan, right? Provincial assembly of Pakistan can easily be dismissed by him, right? and the cabinet was supervised by the army. What? The cabinet was supervised by the army. And friends, now do you know that which feature of democracy is not followed in Pakistan? I'm gonna tell you, okay? So, the feature number 1 of democracy is that in democracy, the final decision making power rests in those who are elected by the people, right? So, for example, our own country India, in our country India, the government of Modi ji is elected by us only, right? It's not a fraud or it's not based on fraud or malpractices just like Pakistan, right? It's a free and fair election, right? We made the government of Modi ji, right? So India, we can consider India as a democratic country. As we can see, the first rule is followed in India, right? But what's happening in Pakistan? In India, the army chief cannot just overthrow the elected government of Modi ji, right? But in Pakistan, the army is having more power than the elected government. We can see in this case study, as the General Pervez Musharraf, who was the army chief of Pakistan, just did military coup and overthrown the elected government of there. But in our country India, it can't be done, right? The final decision taking power rests in the government of Modi ji, right? The military coup cannot be done in our country now, as the army chief just can't overthrow our government, right? So India is a free and fair elected country, right? So now in this chapter, I think you all have understood it. It's only this much in this chapter. And what we've learned in this chapter, we've learned that what is democracy, the simple definition of democracy, and the feature number 1 of democracy. In this video lecture we have learned, right? So this feature number 1 we have understood by the case study of Pakistan, okay? So friends, if you have any doubt in this video lecture which you have not understood, you can ask me in the comment section, and I'm making you sure that I will answer each and every doubt of yours, okay? So we meet in a new video lecture with a new concept. Till then, bye bye.